Hey, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. A lot of expats, a lot of foreigners, I should say, and they come to the Philippines, and they are spoiled. And they're spoiled for many reasons. Actually, they're taken care of usually by a loving Filipino if they've made the right choice. We always hope that everybody has. But the question is, if you do try to learn the language, which language do you learn? There are just so many. Now, in my case, the local language is Visayan. Now, here's the problem, is that everybody around me speaks Visayan, but they can speak English, even a limited amount of English. Beth speaks very good English, and so I can be spoiled into not learning the language, and to my shame, I haven't learned the language in 6 years, just little bits here and there, nothing that will allow me to have conversations. Now, if everybody speaks a little bit of English, even you can go out into Talabon and you can speak to a vendor, some elderly lady who might be selling fruit, bananas and oranges and stuff, and she'll speak English. She'll speak enough English to be able to help you to buy what you need to buy and get your change and walk away feeling as English as you ever did. So, English speaking as you ever did, okay? So, what is the issue? Well, the issue is that if you don't speak the language of those around you, you become encapsulated in this little, you feel like that, remember there used to be a movie called The Boy in the Bubble, and you feel like you're living in a bubble. Now, if you're very self-contained, for me personally, I lived as a single parent for years in California, and later I lived not as a single parent, I had a partner in Florida. Well, I got used to being self-contained. I got used to living alone. Even when you're living with a child, the child is not going to give you the same conversation as an adult. So in a way, you are living alone from that viewpoint. So I can get along fine in this bubble, but I can see that I'm missing so much. When I go every night, once we've done what we have set out to do for the day, we come in and we try to get home now before it goes dark, because it just seems like a safer thing to do. So we like to be home before dark. So that means we have to be home by about maybe 5:30. I'm looking at the clock. 5:30 to 6 we need to be in the house or in our little compound. And from then until we actually have dinner very late. It seems like I've gone off the subject again, but I haven't. So we work. Beth works at editing, say between 5 or 5:30, and she works until we're called to dinner by Nanai. Now, Nanai calls us to dinner, and we leave our house and we walk about 30 feet down a few stairs, and we go to Nanai's house, and we have dinner as a family down there, usually with Nanai and Vek, and possibly most often with Taleklik, and sometimes with Bibi, and we have dinner. But that usually is 7:30 at the earliest, and sometimes 8 o'clock. Then when we've eaten, we come back here and we go back to work again, sometimes until 12. Like right now, we've had dinner, and it's a little after 9 o'clock at night, and I'm working. So when that actually is happening down there, and I'm the foreigner, no getting away from that, is there? I'm the foreigner, and everybody is talking in Visayan. They're not talking Tagalog. So, like the title suggests, should you learn Tagalog or should you learn your local language, which in my case is Visayan? Why would I want to learn Visayan when I can't speak Visayan everywhere I go in the Philippines? Everybody around me is talking in that language. So the urge to speak that language is very strong. It's a strongly persuasive reason is that you cannot join in. And if I want to speak to any of the kids, I can't have a conversation really with my brothers-in-law or sisters-in-law, and so I know that I'm missing a great deal. Now, I've tried, and maybe I should ask for your help here. Does anybody out there know of? And it's not a guess. I know that there are some like Pimsleur. Pimsleur do some wonderful courses in languages, but they don't do one in Visayan. They do one in Tagalog. So here's the problem. I would choose to learn Visayan so that I can actually interact then with everybody that I meet in my daily life. I can understand all of the to and froings that go on when we're doing our mission work. When we're trying to help people, I can understand people coming up to the house and they need help. I don't have to depend on, I wouldn't have to depend on translation. So that would be very important for me, and it would enrich my life so much more. Now, I can't find a course in Visayan. Otherwise, I would take it. I would buy it. The courses that are put out by Pimsleur, I know are not hugely expensive, so I could learn. They don't do Visayan. Now, they do Tagalog. Why would I want to learn Tagalog? I would learn Tagalog because then I could go and enjoy movies with Beth. Whenever we go to Tagbilaran, if we do have time, we'll go and see a movie. Well, the way that it usually comes out is that the ones that are most attractive, certainly to Beth and to the kids, if we're taking the kids up there with us, which we do often, are Tagalog. See? So, even though people may not speak Tagalog, strangely enough, Nanay understands very well. She understands Tagalog very well, but she's not that familiar with speaking it. See, so having a conversation with Nanay would not be as easy, though it would be much easier. So, the way that's looking at the moment is that of necessity, of availability, I'll be taking a course in Tagalog, and I'll let you know how that goes. As I say, you would be able, one, you'd be able to look at movies, two, you would be able to be understood, and you would understand what the response was. If you spoke to someone in Tagalog, you'd understand what they said if they spoke back to you, and that would be the advantage. But just on a day-to-day basis, you would be able to listen, if you needed to, listen to the radio You'd be able to listen to the radio. You'd see stuff on YouTube that was in Tagalog. You would see made for TV movies, series, news, all in Tagalog here. So all of the news, all world events are in Tagalog here. Some is in English, but not enough. So it would lift you out of that bubble. That's what I'm thinking. That's my that's how I've worked it out for me. However you work it out for you would be the next thing. So I'll be letting you know how well I'm doing. At the moment I can say in Visayan, I can say akong asawa guapa. And akong asawa guapa means I have a beautiful wife. If you can guess who taught me that, do send the answers on a postcard. That's all from me. Thanks for being with me. Bye for now.